All right, I'm going to take a minute here and talk to you about a real estate investing strategy called the BRRRR methodology. Yes, I have a mountain here. Maybe it'll help you remember it, but BRRRR does not, in this instance, does not mean it's cold out. So we're going to walk through what is the BRRRR methodology. We've seen this question quite a few times on Facebook, and I know Kim's been asked this question a few times. You know, what is the BRRRR methodology? What does it stand for? And so I'm just going to go through this really quickly. Just going to summarize it. I'm not going to spend 15-20 minutes on this short video. But Kim's Activate program, if you're in it, you may have already heard her talk about this. But she's got an Activate program that goes into more detail about this. So, but I'm just going to summarize it because we've had some questions about it. So, what does BRRRR stand for? So the acronym means buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. And I'm going to go through these one by one. Again, I'm not going to elaborate a lot, but I am going to just talk about each one just briefly. So the BRRRR methodology is great for those who want to hold properties. If you're flipping or wholesaling, it's not the methodology. That's not what this methodology is for. It's for holding properties. And it's a great methodology. It's a great strategy to make this process work. So let's go through this a little bit here. The first step, buying your property. You want to buy a distressed property for a discount with opium. Other people's money. Yes. So it's kind of key to buying these properties, to buy these properties right. So buying them at a discount with other people's money. So distressed properties are what this methodology is kind of all about. Buying it right with someone else's money, like a hard money lender, or someone you know. You know, you may, a parent or a friend or a family member, using other people's money. You don't have to in this methodology, but you can always use a hard money lender or someone you know. But what happens here is that, yes, so it's distress number one. And a lot of times you can't get financing, just regular financing on a distressed property. If it needs a roof, or there's no HVAC system, or there's some major damage to the house, a lot of times you can't get financing on it. So that's why this first part is about using other people's money or using hard money lenders. Because they don't have the stringent rules that a financial institution does about the house and what is considered financeable. So, but with a hard money lender, and again, you know, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here. Kim's Activate program goes into this a lot. Or you can just hit us up on Facebook. At the end of this video, or probably while we post this video, in Facebook you'll see a link. Click on the link. You can get to Kim's page. You can just, on this page, you can Facebook message us. If you've got any simple questions, just let us know. And we'll try to answer your questions. You know, when you use other people's money, it's usually for a higher interest rate. So you can close quick, but you also have a high interest rate, and sometimes you pay points up front. So the next step of this, and I'll kind of be going back and forth as I go through this, because a lot of people are like, do you have to do it in that order? Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. Do you have to do it in that order? Yes, you do. And the reason is that if you think about it, you can't finance a property if you buy it distressed. You don't really want to put a renter into a house until you get it up to par, right? You want someone to live in a nice house. So you can't really rent it then either. And you can't refinance it until, a lot of times you can't refinance a hold property unless you have a lease on the property. So we'll go through that here in a second as well. But the second step here is to rehab the property so it is financeable. So, you know, part of this is getting your rehab done within a reasonable budget and on time, because the quicker you can pay back your hard money lender or your lender, the less interest you're paying. So it's all about the numbers. So rehab the property, then as soon as it's ready, get a renter in there with a lease. Because when you go to refinance, a lot of times you're going to need to provide this lease to show income. So that's one of the first things you do. Get it rehabbed, get it rented, and then you can refinance it. And when you refinance it, you can pay back this hard money lender or your personal lender, and you can get a better interest rate. So on this loan, you know, hard money lenders, we've seen anywhere from 6 to 12%, more on the around the 10% than the 6%. And on refinancing a home, you know, that interest rate kind of differs too. It used to be pretty low. You could get 3, 4, 5%. I'm not sure what it is right now. Probably anywhere from 4 to 8%. But it's a lot better than a hard money lender. So the sooner you can get this loan paid off, the better off you'll be, because you can save a lot of money on interest. So that gets your debt to income on this in a better position. So the last step is repeat the first 4 steps. So buy another distressed property with opium. Rehab it, rent it, and refinance it. So in a nutshell, that is the BRRRR methodology. And yes, there's a lot more to it than that, but it is pretty much that simple. Again, if you have any questions, post your questions here. We'll answer them. If you want to, if you're not already part of Kim's program, I encourage you to look her up and join her Activate program. She goes through all of this stuff in detail, and it's amazing stuff. So hit us up with any questions you have, and we'll get your questions answered as soon as we can.